Alright, it's recording. So, first question is, in what ways has robotics impacted our school environment?
Well, I think if you want to talk about like school environment as far as coming together, all the classes, those kind of things, I think robotics has played a huge role in that. I've seen robotics go from a club that had quite a few students in it to almost an entity in itself. It seems like every conversation I hear around campus has robot in it, or first in it, or the team in it, or the shirts, or just everything seems to be focused around the competition. And as far as impacting the environment of the school, I think it's really given everybody, and I can say everybody from freshmen all the way to seniors, a common goal to focus on, a common goal to put their effort towards. It's not a class thing, it's a school thing, it's a school environment, it's a school coming together to try and complete something.
Okay. Have you noticed any change in school pride and spirit in relation to work done by the robotics team?
Absolutely. There's no questioning that during the competition week, the school comes together. Just like last year we all went to the competition and we were able to get the okay from the administration to go, and we brought the entire school with us, and that was an amazing thing to see all the purple shirts and all the black shirts, and the bioscience fan support for the robotics team up in the crowd. I think that it gives the students here something to root for. And for a long time, that's something that this school was lacking, was this solid, common entity to root for, that everybody could kind of get behind, and stand behind. And some of the bigger schools have their football teams and their basketball teams and everything else, and we have our robotics team.
How do you feel about robotics?
Being on the outside of it, looking in, I've seen it again for the past 5 years. I think it's an amazing tool for students to have, an amazing resource for them to have, to learn not just about engineering and robotics, but to learn about business, to learn about communication, societal viewpoint. Just all these different aspects that go into robotics. I used to think that robotics was about the robot. It was about these people coming together, building this robot, making it do its thing, and that was it. But kind of seeing, being a little bit involved, seeing Miss Popham and what she puts into it, and all this stuff that happens, and seeing you guys and the different things that you do for robotics, it's really opened my eyes to all the different things that really come together to make robotics works. And so I think it's an amazing club / class, but it's really more than that. It's almost a way of life for a lot of the students here, and that's awesome.
Okay. In what ways does First Team 2375 represent bioscience?
I think it represents the core aspects of what the school's about. It represents, I don't want to say tenacity, but the students on the robotics team they're driven. They are motivated. When it becomes robotics season, I see more effort in a 2, 3, 4 week span than from some students. They're here for 13 hours a day on Saturdays. They're here every day, every night, working on the robot. During lunchtime you guys have meetings, and it really represents the passion that we look for in all of our students to not only put your mind to something, but also see it through. And I know that when you guys have your shift days, that is almost like this sigh of relief, because not only did you put your mind to doing something, you saw it through to the end, and that's something to be really proud of, and that's something that we really like to foster here at this school.
Okay, so do you feel that robotics is important at this school?
Robotics is absolutely important at this school. I can't imagine I can't imagine what the student body would be like without robotics.
So what do you feel was the impact of the entire school going to the Arizona Regional last year?
It proves something to not only I don't want to say the district, but it proved something. It proved that this school was more than just a school. The school was a community. It was a community that looked out for each other. It was a community that supported each other. You had an entire school show up to support one team, and not in little tiny bits or else. But I mean, I don't know if you guys down in the pit saw it, but I mean, it was a pretty amazing sight to watch all those bioscience students come and fill those stands. And to have that presence there, to have the refs looking around, and when you guys did something good, and have just the stands erupt, and the other schools or the other teams looking at us like we were being annoying, and how loud we were being and everything else. That was a cool feeling and it wasn't done because it was forced to be done. It was done because the kids really wanted to be there to root for you guys.
What impresses you most about First?
Your professionalism. I mean, it's an amazing opportunity for you guys to really show how professional you've become in your everyday dealings. It's hard. It's hard working with these different entities. It's hard working with different businesses and corporate sponsors and everything else. And one thing that really impresses me is that Miss Popham doesn't do it on her own. She makes you guys do it. And that's awesome, because it only helps you, it only betters you to go out into society and go out into the world once you get out of this place, and it's just gonna arm you, and you're gonna be so much more prepared to deal with situations as they come up, and I think that robotics is, for a lot of you, a primary reason for that.
Seems like you've answered all our questions, so thank you.